Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now folks, you know the NFL is always full of surprises, and right now, the Atlanta Falcons find themselves at a fascinating crossroads. The league is buzzing about a potential trade that could shake up the NFC South and more specifically, provide a huge boost for the Falcons as they look to contend for more playoff success. And yes, this isn't just idle speculation. It's a scenario that could become reality, changing the entire landscape of the division and perhaps even the balance of power in the NFC. Let's back up a little. The Falcons have been on an interesting journey this season. Coming off a pretty solid 2022, where they showed flashes of potential, expectations were high. But as we all know, the NFL is a league of constant flux, and injuries, trades, and team dynamics can shift overnight. Right now, Atlanta is sitting in a position where they're trying to maximize their window, and that's where this trade proposal comes into play. A move that might seem bold, but could be exactly what the Falcons need to push over the edge. So, what's the scoop? Well, the buzz is about a trade involving a veteran quarterback that could significantly impact both teams involved. The Atlanta Falcons, after benching their current starter for Michael Penix Jr., are seemingly ready to move on from their veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins, who's in the second season of a hefty 4-year, $180 million deal. Now, Cousins is a proven NFL starter, someone with a high football IQ and a track record of putting up solid numbers, including a career-high 917 passing yards back in 2016. But at 37 years old, and with the Falcons already looking to build for the future, it seems like they're at a crossroads, either to move forward with Penix Jr., who's got a lot of promise, or to consider trading Cousins for a package that could help them rebuild or reload faster. And here's where it gets interesting. The Cincinnati Bengals, struggling with their own quarterback issues after losing Joe Burrow to a toe injury in Week 2, are desperate for some stability. Cincinnati's 2-3 record this season doesn't do justice to their potential, especially with their high-profile off-season signings. But with Burrow sidelined and backup Jake Browning struggling to find consistency, posting 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions through 4 games, the Bengals are looking for help. That's why the latest trade rumors are swirling around the possibility of Cincinnati acquiring Cousins from Atlanta. Now, imagine this scenario. Atlanta, in a move that might seem risky, could agree to ship Cousins to Cincinnati, perhaps taking on some of his contract, while receiving draft picks or young players in return. For Atlanta, it's a chance to transition smoothly to Penix Jr., who has shown flashes of brilliance and could develop into their franchise quarterback for years to come. For Cincinnati, acquiring Cousins could be the stabilizer they desperately need, a veteran who can step in and immediately elevate their offense, at least until Burrow is healthy again or until they decide on their long-term plan. This trade, if it happens, wouldn't just be about filling a quarterback spot. It's about strategic moves. The Bengals would be looking for someone who can help them win now, especially in a division that's shaping up to be fiercely competitive. The NFC South, meanwhile, might see a shift in power if Atlanta makes a move like this, positioning themselves as more than just contenders. They could become legitimate favorites if they bolster their quarterback depth and experience. It's important to realize that this kind of deal isn't just about the immediate wins. It's about setting up a team for sustained success. The Falcons have a talented roster, especially on defense and at the skill positions, but they've been lacking that stable, experienced quarterback presence to truly push them over the top. Adding someone like Cousins, even if only temporarily, could provide that leadership and offensive production that helps them close out tight games and compete at a higher level. Now, let's consider the broader context. The NFL is a league of strategic moves, and teams are always looking for ways to optimize their roster. The Falcons, under head coach Arthur Smith, have shown that they're willing to be aggressive when the right opportunity comes along. Plus, with the NFC South currently being up for grabs, a move like this could shift the division's balance, especially if Atlanta manages to acquire a quarterback who's familiar with winning and can execute under pressure. And it's not just about immediate impact. The Falcons have a young core with talented players on both sides of the ball. Their defense has been showing signs of improvement, and with the right offensive weaponry, they could become one of the league's most dangerous teams. But to truly unlock that potential, they need stability at quarterback, something Cousins could provide, even if just for a season or two, until they find their long-term answer. As we look ahead, it's fascinating to see how this potential trade could unfold. Will the Falcons be willing to part with Cousins, who, despite his age, still brings a lot to the table? Will Cincinnati be able to put together the right package, including draft picks or young players, to make this happen? These are the questions that NFL fans and analysts are debating right now. And honestly, it's a storyline that could reshape the entire NFC South. Of course, in the NFL, nothing is guaranteed until it's officially announced, but the possibility is enough to keep us all on the edge of our seats. For Atlanta fans, it's an exciting prospect. Adding a seasoned quarterback like Cousins could be the missing piece to a team that's already filled with promise. And for the Bengals, it's a gamble, but one that could pay off big if they get the veteran leadership they need to stay in the playoff hunt. Now, folks, I want to remind you that these kinds of rumors are part of what makes the NFL so thrilling. The league is constantly evolving, and teams are always looking for that extra edge. For the Falcons, this could be a step toward reclaiming their spot among the league's elite, especially if they make a move that aligns with their long-term vision. The NFC South is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions this season, with teams vying for playoff positioning, and any change at quarterback can have ripple effects across the entire league. Remember, this isn't just about one trade. It's about the strategic chess game that NFL teams are always playing. And right now, Atlanta could be sitting at the table, ready to make a bold move that might just define their season. Whether it's Cousins coming in to stabilize the offense or a different scenario, one thing's clear. The Falcons are always looking for ways to grow, to improve, and to compete for that ultimate goal, the Super Bowl. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think bringing in Cousins would be the answer to their quarterback woes? Or do you believe Penix Jr. has what it takes to develop into the future of this franchise? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. This is what makes our community special, sharing ideas, debating strategies, and dreaming about the next big win. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Whether it's a trade, a key injury update, or a new breakout star, we're here to keep you informed and engaged. Thanks for being part of this journey with us, and as always, go Falcons!